Hello students, today we will be reading about waterways, chapter Lifelines of National Economy. This is the second part of the video. We are going to read about inland navigation, that is not in the sea or ocean, when it is in the river, lakes, canal, etc. That is known as inland navigation. The total length of inland navigation in India is 14,500 kilometers. Out of which 5,685 kilometers navigation is done by mechanized vessels. Now, like we are having national highways, we are also having national waterways. National waterway number 1, Ganga River, Allahabad to Haldia, 1620 kilometers. National waterway number 2, Brahmaputra River, Sadia to Dugri, 891 kilometers. West Coast Canal in Kerala, Udyog Mandal, Champakara Canal. Now, National Waterway number 4, in some specified stretches of Godavari and Krishna River. And similarly, National Waterway number 5, in the Bahamani River, in the delta of Mahanadi, Bahamani, Brahmani, and East Coast Canal. These are the major waterways, inland waterways. These two waterways are very long. The reason is these are in another plains of India, Himalayan rivers. If you see the map of India, this region is the plain region, having very few waterfalls. So the long navigation in terms of kilometers we talk, it can be very long. But here in the peninsular region, there are frequent waterfalls. Here there is Western Ghat. So it cannot be very long. Frequent waterfalls, etc. So these are some limitation of the peninsular rivers. These are not very navigable. Now next, the major seaports. Now coming to major seaport, if we start from Gujarat, the first seaport here, Kandla Port. Kandla Port was developed soon after independence. After independence, there was partition. There was a major port that time in Karachi. But Karachi port went in Pakistan. So there was an urgent need to develop a major seaport in India, and that was developed as Kandla port. Then next port is Mumbai port. Mumbai port is very important in terms of like trade. It is spacious also, but because of lot of traffic, one hub port was also developed. That is Jawaharlal Nehru Port. It was to reduce the traffic on Mumbai port, so it was a hub port. Next, Goa, Marmagaon, Mumbai port, then Jawaharlal Nehru Port, then Marmagaon. In Goa, specialized for iron export. New Bangalore, this is the region of like iron ore belt, Udaipur mines, etc. So these are specialized for iron ore. So New Mangalore. Next is Kochi, Kerala. Kochi port is on the entrance of a lagoon. This is also important. One more question can be asked: which port is situated on the entrance of lagoon? Next, Tuticorin, Tamil Nadu, important port. Specialized for the trade with Sri Lanka, etc. Tuticorin plays very important roles. Then Chennai, oldest artificial port. Chennai port is also very important in town, like Mumbai and Chennai port are very important. After Chennai port, next is Visakhapatnam. Like it is basically in this way the map goes somewhere. So Visakhapatnam, it is a landlocked harbor. It is having harbor where the ships can be anchored. So Visakhapatnam port is having a natural harbor. Strategically also very important, Visakhapatnam port. And then comes the Paradip, Orissa. Especially these are specialized for iron ore. Here also the belt of iron ore is there. Chotanagpur, Plateau, etc. Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Orissa. So for iron ore export, this plays an important role. Then Calcutta port. Calcutta port is a riverine port. That is, it is not a seaport, it is on river. So it is a riverine port. And Haldia port is there along with it. Haldia and Calcutta port. So these are the 12 major ports. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is Kochi. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are the 12 major ports. There can be number of minor ports are also there. Important for 1 mark question. For map work also, these ports are very important. Now next topic is about agriculture. There is one word hinterland. Hinterland means the area served by a particular port. Then come the airways. Airways, most prestigious mean during the time of disaster calamity it can be used. These are especially developed for northeastern state here because of dense forest, dissected relief, frequent flood, international frontier. So these all are the reasons why airways are very important in northeastern state. Government is giving subsidy. Then for offshore sites like Mumbai High, offshore site. Mumbai High is where we get petroleum. India's maximum petroleum comes from Mumbai High. So this is not on the land, it is in the sea, Arabian Sea. So from year to year, Pawan Hans helicopter service, etc. are used. So these kind of airways are important for offshore sites. Clear? Now next topic is communication. Communication can be divided into two categories: personal communication, two types: personal and mass communication. Personal communication, you are writing a letter to your friend, that is personal communication. You are writing a letter to your grandparents, you are talking on phone with your grandparents, uncle. So that is personal communication. Mass communication, like Modi ji's Man Ki Baat on television, radio. That is when person is speaking to large number of people. So movies, Doordarshan, या television, newspaper, radio. These come in the category of mass communication. Letter, telegram, telephone. These are in the category of personal communication. India's postal network, personal communication, postal network is one of the largest, and to facilitate it has been divided into 6 channels: Rajdhani channel, Metro channel, Green channel, etc. So there are 6 different channels for personal communication. This postal network, delivery of letters, parcels. In postal network, there are 2 kinds of mail: first class and second class mail. First class mail include all the letters, envelopes, etc. Second class mail, these magazines, etc. come in the second class parcel. That is in the second class mail. Movies are also important. Actually, mass communication is mainly used for education, entertainment, these kind of purposes. Education, Doordarshan, there are some channels, the programs coming on science and technology, etc. So that is for education. News we can get. So the aim of mass communication, yeah, advantage, not aim, advantage we can write for education. as well as entertainment. There are movies, etc. for entertainment. Now, next is about trade. Exchange of goods and services is trade. And the place where such exchange take place is known as market. Now, trade can be local within the city, at national level between the state, and at the international level. So, international trade between two countries. Now, then about the balance of trade. Now, in trade, there is one called balance of trade. The difference in the value of export and import is known as balance of trade. Now, if value of export is more than value of import, we are exporting suppose goods of 1000 rupees and we are importing of 600 rupees only. Are we in profit? Obviously yes, because we are exporting more, we are earning we are getting 1000 rupees and we are giving only 600 rupees. So 400 is our profit. So just remember, this is favorable. That is favorable balance of trade. And just imagine a different condition. Value of import is more than export. Then this is unfavorable balance of trade. Here 600 and here 1000. Then this trade is not favorable. So this will be called unfavorable balance of trade. Now, India is having trade relation with all the major blocks of the world and with all the major countries. Trade is essential also. We cannot survive without trade because resources are space bound. All the places are not having all the resources. We have to buy the things, sell the things. So resources are space bound, so trade is very necessary. Now coming to the what all things we import or we export. Generally we are importing petroleum, some kind of gems also, machineries. So these are the things which we generally import, which we are not having. In export, agricultural products, ores, some kind of petroleum products also we are exporting. We are having refineries, etc. So, petroleum product we can write in both these. Now, I will show you in the book it is given on page number 91. Quite important, these two paragraphs. So, import groups. Nowadays we are exporting software. This is a major change. Software, IT things. So, this is a major change in our export. And importance, a question can be asked. We are the things which we are not having, we are importing. The things which we are having in surplus, we have to export to maintain the value. Next is tourism. Around 15 million people are engaged in tourism industry. Directly, indirectly, they are related to tourism. Now, importance of tourism, it is giving employment to a large number of people. It supports local handicraft, development of international understanding. People have relation improved due to international tourism. National integration. Promote national integration. And there are different type of tourism: adventure tourism, cultural tourism, medical tourism, educational tourism. So the tourism also there are many types of tourism. So this is all about the chapter. The syllabus is over with this video. Hope you understood the chapter. Yeah. Thank you.